What's up, folks? I'm Private Hudson, and this is Gas Station Simulator. Now, the first question I had when I first saw this game was, is this memes? Is this memes? You see, I actually enjoy simulation games, and I mean actual games, not simulation software. I really like Euro Truck Simulator, as not only does it have real trucks with realistic handling, but there's a game there too where you run your own company and have a fleet of truckers. Simulation software, on the other hand, where it just mimics something realistic with no real goal or objective in sight, is not something I enjoy. At the same time, there's loads of crap on Steam that just puts simulator in the title, and the end result is a stupid piece of shit. Gas Station Simulator is partially memes, but there's also a story and gameplay. Is it any good though? Not really. The premise here is that you're some random unnamed dude who sells his car to buy an old abandoned gas station that used to belong to your family. As you start fixing it up and restoring it, your uncle comes out of nowhere and decides to help you out. He serves as the game's tutorial, and as you complete objectives, he unlocks additional parts of the gas station, which in turn add additional gameplay elements. Then all of a sudden he tells you that he wasn't doing this out of the goodness of his heart, and now you owe him money for all of his help. Thanks, uncle. Yeah, the premise is dumb. I did enjoy the first few hours of the game. You start off with just a single gas pump, you fill up the occasional car that passes through, and manually clean up the surrounding area. If the garbage fills up, call in a garbage truck. Running low on fuel, call in a fuel truck. Once enough of the area has been cleaned up, you open up a little shop that sells drinks and snacks and also has restrooms. So now, in addition to fueling up cars, you gotta work the register and sweep the floors. In addition to ordering fuel, you must order products to sell in your store. To progress to the next area, you need to complete some challenges. This is usually done by serving a certain number of customers and increasing your gas station's reputation. Rep is increased by maintaining a clean shop and properly servicing customers. You see, no one that comes to this gas station actually wants their tank to get filled up completely. They only want it partially filled. If you get it right between the lines, you get positive rep and a tip. On the cashier side, you need to scan the items correctly and not drop anything and not give out anything for free. Apparently, they don't like that. They don't like getting free shit. These are all minigames and they're okay at the start, but they quickly get annoying and old because the next thing that you unlock is the garage. Now you can do quick fixes on cars such as changing tires, buffing out scratches, and replacing side view mirrors. What's really annoying with this minigame and the cashier one is that when you start, your mouse cursor resets to a random part of the screen every single time. Look at this. The white dot, you see the white dot, right? That's where my cursor is. That's where everything is centered as I'm carrying this tire. As soon as I start changing the tire, for no reason whatsoever, the cursor gets moved to the bottom of the screen. Every time I do this minigame or the cashier minigame, I have to play Find My Mouse Cursor first. So at this point, you're managing the pumps, you're managing the cash register, you're managing the garage, and you're also cleaning up the place. You're ordering fuel, store products, and car products as they run low. At the same time, you have like the most patient customers that I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anyone leave or walk out of this place. I'm not even sure if that's something that's been coded into the game. They just stand still until they are serviced. But it's also around this point when you can start hiring employees. Basically, you buy a trailer for the employee and they live right next to your warehouse. It's incredible. They work for 8 hours. And then they sit in front of their trailer resting, and by resting they either sit there drinking a beer or smoking a cigarette. The animation quality in this game is garbage and is very limited. The employees, they can work in any of the gas station's areas aside from the car wash for some sort of reason. Once you're at the end of the game and you've unlocked just about everything, you can have 6 employees. This allows you to have a set of 3 people working the pumps, the garage, and the register, while another 3 are on standby. Sometimes I put one on cleaning duty, but at this point, the station kind of manages itself. All I really have to do is just order things when they get low. The downside with employees is that their starting skill levels are pretty low, and because of that, they might cause occasional reputation drops. Also, I believe they're not able to trigger tips themselves, so sometimes it might just be in your best interest to manage the pumps or the register for a little bit. As your gas station expands, your store expands. You can build more shelves and sell more products. Honestly, the stuff you sell doesn't really matter. You just go to the order product page and buy whatever is green. Green means it's underpriced, red means it's overpriced. Once the truck comes in, stock up your warehouse, run back to the shop and stock the shelves. Pricing is handled automatically. There's no supply-demand mechanic. Sometimes an NPC might have a chat bubble above them complaining that a certain product isn't available, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't do anything, it doesn't cause any rep drop. All the store does is just generate cash. People come in buying dumb shit like 5 packs of cigarettes, each pack is different, or 4 sets of sunglasses, or other shit that just doesn't make any sense, so don't think too deep into this. Pathfinding is also crap, so don't place things too close together, or in the middle of the stores, NPCs and employees will get stuck trying to walk through. I had this little bakery thing with like donuts and muffins right next to the ice cream thing. Yeah, and people would get stuck as they were trying to walk through, so I had to rearrange it and make some room in between them. Gas Station Simulator is just a bunch of busy work and unfun minigames. To get to the next part of the game, raise your rep, refuel 50 cars, service 100 customers in the store, and repair 10 cars. Task accomplished? Congratulations, you've unlocked random decorations, and now you can purchase 1 additional parking space and 1 additional bathroom stall. Now, refuel 75 cars, service 150 customers, and repair 20 cars to complete the next objective. That's the entire game in a nutshell. That's what you do over and over and over again until you get to the final objective, which is repaying your uncle $5,000. So yeah, you run around doing unfun minigames that reset your mouse cursor every goddamn time, order supplies when things get low, clean up the store picking up trash from the floor like live fish that people drop, sweep up footprints, and so on and so forth. Oh, and if the water pressure for your car wash gets too low, then you gotta go down into the sewers and feed garbage to the alligator. I'm not kidding, that's how you fix that. You can also lockpick the trunk of cars of your customers. Why? I don't know. You might get $5 out of it, you might get $15 out of it. You can do it right in front of the car owner or in front of a cop. No one reacts, no one gives a shit. Oh yeah, and there's 3 random events that can occur. One is a party bus where a bunch of well-regarded individuals wearing alien or dinosaur mask costume things come dancing into your store, buy a whole bunch of crap while leaving a whole bunch of trash on the floor. Another is this little prick called Dennis who lives in a shack next to your gas station. He randomly comes along and graffitis cock and balls on your walls. The only way to get rid of him is to throw shit at him. He runs back to his shack, but he'll come back out eventually. Sadly, there's no way to get rid of him, and you can't kill him. Lastly, there's a sandstorm. While this may sound dangerous, no one gives a shit, no one reacts to it. All it does is leave sand on the road, and that causes cars to get stuck. You'll need to get into your forklift and clean it up. Now these events, they can be disabled in the options, but for some sort of reason, the developers beg you not to disable Dennis, as him drawing cock and balls is the way they intended for this game to be played. The developers did release a free DLC over the summer called Party Time. This introduces another awful minigame where your gas station now has an ice cream stand. Now, I live in the city, and gas station coffee is some of the worst shit that I've ever drank in my life. I can only imagine how fresh and delicious gas station ice cream must be, especially if it's coming from a gas station that's in the middle of nowhere. I didn't bother with this minigame. I put an employee to work there, and it barely generates any money, like $6 a cone or $8 a cone or something. You can spend more money unlocking further into this tree and developing it further, but I didn't bother. I had enough of this game at this point. So let's talk about some additional problems the game has. Performance isn't good. Ran fine for most of the game, but as I got to the end, my RTX 3090 struggled to maintain a frame rate above 60. Physics and collision detection are both broken. You walk through all NPCs and even some objects. On the other hand, you get stuck behind other objects, like the middle gas pump. It's really disorienting. Your broom is so powerful that it can push cars around. And I'm pretty sure the devs knew their shit was broken, since at the entrance of the gas station, There's a button that you can press which summons a UFO. The UFO comes along and it resets all the cars and people that are at your station. From a design perspective, there's one road that goes around your gas station that all cars use. This road is also used by the fuel delivery car and the garbage truck. So whenever they come along to do their job, they cause a traffic jam, and every car behind them sits there and they just honk their horns nonstop. Car honking can be disabled in the sound settings, but if you exit and relaunch the game, it resets. You'll need to turn it off every single time you relaunch it. Overall, this is a very mediocre game. Again, the first few hours are kind of fun. I did enjoy manually cleaning up the station and starting up this business from scratch, but once you start unlocking things, it just becomes mindless busy work. I have no idea why a game of this subpar quality was featured in a humble choice monthly bundle. Gas Station Simulator appears to have been successful, as the devs are now working on Motel Simulator and Road Diner Simulator. They plan on having all three games exist in one universe and have the actions of one affect the others somehow. I'm just gonna come out and say it, I guarantee you, they will be just as shallow and full of bad minigames and busy work like this one. I'm Private Hudson. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you folks next time.